So welcome everybody to the call tonight. I can see that the numbers are still going up. To those who I haven't personally met before, my name is Tamara Hunter. I'm one of the National Marketing Directors with the Juice Plus company. I've been with the company for 20 years. And before we get into tonight's call, I just want to tell you a little bit about my background. So when I was 23 years of age, I first came across the Juice Plus products, and at the time I was working in corporate health and as an exercise physiologist, burning the candle at both ends, and I'm sure everybody's heard that aspect of my story. But what a lot of people don't know is that since the age of 17, when I tanked my year 12 exams, I had this burning desire to get into medical school. I didn't perform that well at school. I think the pressure of year 12 completely got to me. And so for 8 years after getting out of year 12, every single year of my life, I tried to get into medical school. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, the applications would go in and the rejection letters would come back. But I never stopped. I never stopped applying for medical school. Eventually, I ended up in Sydney, of all places. I was working, as I said, in corporate health at the time. And after sitting an exam, an aptitude test, after sitting an interview, and after thinking there's no chance I've tanked that interview, I actually received an acceptance letter to the University of Sydney to study medicine at the grand old age of 20. Well, I was 24 at the time when I was accepted. And I had absolutely no idea how I was going to afford to go back to medical school. I had debt, I had car repayments, I had rent, I had food to pay, and I had, too much month at the end of my money. But I had this burning desire, I had this incredible dream to become a doctor. And I really wanted to make it happen. It was at that moment that I realized that I had this incredible gift that had been given to me with the Juice Plus business that would allow me to generate an income around my medical studies, go back to medical school, work hard during the holidays on my business, and then put it aside during exam times. It was that kind of flexible business. And so that business enabled me to achieve my dreams of becoming a doctor. And, I'm now 14 years working as a medical practitioner and I still love it. There's aspects that I don't love, but it is because of this Juice Plus business that I was able to achieve my dreams. And, what I have realized more than anything else over the last 6 years, since I've really started to focus more on what this business could be, is that your dreams are only limited by your imagination. And your ability to achieve those dreams are only limited by your belief in this business and what this business can do for you. And we have seen literally hundreds and hundreds of people, particularly over the last few years, achieve incredible dreams that they have had on their bucket lists. And there are two women tonight who are going to share with you a little bit about what this business has been able to, what they've been able to achieve by simply starting off this little side hustle several years ago. The first person who we did have on the call scheduled for tonight is Tracy Biggins. Unfortunately, Tracy is on some back road somewhere east of Darwin, or wherever she is, without any Wi-Fi reception tonight. So she has passed on her apologies, but everybody, or many people here would know Tracy. She's one of our 50 Club National Marketing Directors. She joined the business in 2009, and alongside her bestie, Nat Baldock, they absolutely ripped into the scene. They were incredible. They were an incredible inspiration to a lot of us by their speed, and we all know that success loves speed, but their ability to attract an incredible tribe of whom many of you are a part of, and such a fantastic like-minded group of people. So, Tracy had a long-held dream that she'd like to travel around Australia in a big purple bus. And so she and her husband, Reuben, and their 2 children are now on that dream. They're traveling around Australia, and many of us have been following them through their Wander Richly posts and some beautiful parts of Australia, and they have been able to do this off the back of their Juice Plus business. Both Tracy and Reuben have their own independent businesses, and together they have generated a fantastic income that has allowed them to step away from the normality of sitting in an office with your trackie on in cold old Perth and enjoying the mugginess of the northern parts of Australia. So Tracy does send her apologies. She really did want to be on tonight, but unfortunately, due to lack of Wi-Fi, she couldn't. But that brings us to our second beautiful woman who has just blown a lot of us away with what she has stepped out of the box and what she has been able to achieve over the last few months, and that's Caitlin Field. Now, Caitlin was one of the youngest national marketing directors. I think you've been pipped at the post now, Caitlin, but Caitlin's one of our 50 Club national marketing directors. And look, I'm not going to talk any further. I think I'd just love to hand straight over to you, my friend, and you can tell a little bit about your backstory and what you're doing right now.
Cool. Hey, everyone. I can see so many people are rugged up and I'm sitting here, like, you can see how shiny my skin is because I'm so hot sitting in Bali. So it's a very different lifestyle I live now to what I used to live in Perth. Tam, you might have to prompt me as I go if there's questions and things from everyone on the call. But really, my background story goes back now 5 or 6 years ago. I totally lose track, but I think it was like coming up to 6 years ago. And I was working full-time as a personal trainer. You guys have probably heard this story before, but just as a recap, I was working full-time as a personal trainer, and on weekends I was doing 2 days, the Saturday and Sunday shift as a wedding coordinator, working 12 to 14-hour days both days. And then on Monday, I would open the gym at 5:30 a.m. and welcome customers, all the clients in. And 9:30 a.m. every single morning, this woman, Valerie Gamer, would come in with her 2 children. She would be glowing with energy. Her skin was radiant. She was radiant. And I was like, I just feel like crap. Every day I feel exhausted. I feel tired. What is this woman doing? And it took me a good maybe like 4 to 6 months before Val and I had a really serious conversation about what she was doing in life and why she was radiating and why I felt so dull. And it really put me on a great path and a different journey to where I was working, 2 jobs. I was trading time for money. I was turning up to work, getting paid for the hours I was doing. And I always felt undervalued for what I was doing. I gave every single job I ever had, even if I didn't like the career or job, I gave it 110%. And that's kind of just my personality. But I felt like I wasn't getting recognized for the effort I was doing. And I felt like at the end of the day, I was exhausted because there was no encouragement to keep moving forward. So I really joined this business. First of all, I started looking at the product because I was dull. I was flat. I was not loving the skin I was in. I had no idea absolutely no idea as a personal trainer. I had no clue about nutrition. I didn't know about green smoothies, nourishing the body, waking up and having lemon water. I just didn't know anything. So you can imagine how my clients did not progress over the years. It was like they plateaued to a certain stage, and I never knew what that secret, that missing key was, and it was always nutrition. So long story short, I ended up taking the product, fell in love with Juice Plus, swiftly moved into the business because that's just a no-brainer. And from there on, my life has completely changed. I don't know how much you want me to go into this, Tam.
Oh,
I think a lot of people have probably heard
all about it. Tell us all about it. Everything.
Okay, so then I joined the business. I spent 5 hours, I don't know how Val still has, luscious brown hair. She would have turned grey. I spent 5 hours at her house, and I was like, I want to know about the company, the product, their history. I want to know about green smoothies, smoothie bowls. I want the whole, I want the nuts and bolts of everything. What's the capsule made out of? How many ingredients are in each capsule? And, Val had only just started the business at the time as well. She nailed it. She gave me all the information I needed at the time. And if she didn't know anything, she just got Abby on the phone straight away. I remember Val actually put me on the spot one day. Val and I think we'd caught up as friends, and, I just started the business. We went out and we had coffee and, I don't know, maybe a smoothie bowl somewhere. And Val goes, I'm just going to call someone. Just wait one moment. So she puts Natalie Baldock on speakerphone. And I was 21 years old. I didn't know anything about nutrition. So I was so intimidated by this whole food nutrition coach, Natalie Baldock. She gets Nat on the phone. And from that moment, I realized that this community had massive connection. And I was like, I'm a personal trainer that has no idea about nutrition. I'm not willing to go put myself through study to learn nutrition because I was 21 at the time and I just wanted to party and enjoy life. So I was like, I don't want to do study. So I could actually run a business and draw on other people's information and knowledge. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a win-win. So I had Val, I had Abby, I had Tamara, I had Nat, and I was just like, you know what, this business makes sense to me. So joined the business. That paid for my product. So I was like, great. I started paying for my mum's product because that was another massive reason for me starting Juice Plus was my mum's arthritis. So my mum's arthritis started improving dramatically. And it was just one thing after another. I was like, this product actually gets better and better. But at the same time, I was getting like, I don't know, maybe like a $400 or $500 paycheck. And that $400 or $500 allowed me to pay my Juice Plus and leave wedding coordinating, which meant I now had weekends free to be a 21-year-old and enjoy life. And then after that, it was like an $800 paycheck and an SDVF sponsor bonus and all these like little bonuses started popping into my account. And I started to, I think Val and I maybe just had conversations about what do I want to achieve with my personal training business. And in my mind, I always thought every single day when I'd go to the gym, I'm going to do this until I'm 50 or 60 years old. I have no other expertise. Personal training was the only thing I was certified or qualified in. So in my mind, I was so conditioned that I had to do that one career path for the rest of my life because I just couldn't get another job. And I don't know why, but I was so conditioned by my own beliefs with that. So when Juice Plus really took off for me, I think maybe I was like an SC or SSC level. And that's when I left full-time personal training and I made a huge commitment. And I say to my team all the time, don't leave your full-time job unless you're willing to give it not 110, but 300%. Like day and night, you're going to commit yourself to this business. I posted something on my team page last night, which I just fell in love with. Jay Shetty said that he left his 9-to-5 job to start his 24/7 job. And I thought, oh my God, that's actually what I did when I started Juice Plus. I left my 9-to-5 personal training and wedding coordinating, and I started something that I was 24/7 passionate about. I would think about Juice Plus. I would like sleep thinking about Juice Plus. I'd wake up taking Juice Plus and then thinking about it, talking about it. It became part of my lifestyle because I knew how amazing the products were, but the business started to really, really make a ripple effect on my life. So then I ended up, I think I bought like 2 cars from my Juice Plus paycheck, which one of the cars was a $40,000 car. And I'm not saying that to like boast. I'm just saying that because I've never ever thought that that would be able to be possible from network marketing. Like seriously, I thought this business was like a party plan when I first joined, and to realize that no, this is actually like a legitimate business that will pay your bills. It will put a roof over your head. It will give you all the dreams and aspirations that you've ever wished for. I started going like, hold on a minute. Network marketing is actually so much bigger and better than I ever had comprehended. And I think we all just dip our toe in and we play with the business at times through the journey. But when you have to make a commitment, like I left personal training, I sent a letter to all my clients saying I'm leaving. I'm now starting my Juice Plus journey full time. That moment, it was so scary because I didn't know if I was going to succeed or fail, but I knew that if I tried and I gave it my best, then that's all I needed to do. And I just stuck at it relentlessly over and over and over again until I got every single promotion. I aimed for every single fast track bonus because at the time I left my full-time job, so I needed the bonus money. So money became a massive driver for me. And then someone said something one day about a $10,000, I'm going to kind of fast track now to kind of where I am now in life. Someone said something about, a $10,000 paycheck. And I was like, that's it. I'm putting that on my vision board, $10,000. This is going to be so great. And the month that I hit $10,000, it was not at all what I had thought that feeling would feel like. I thought I would be like living the most amazing life and I would feel different and I would look different. And it's not. Like we are who we are and we don't change just because of money. And I started to realize, I thought that the golden pot at the end of the rainbow was that figure, that number that I had on my vision board. And I realized actually it was so meaningless because when you have that, you just spend it or it gets taken from you universally. So I thought, okay, maybe that's actually not the whole purpose of Juice Plus. I really need to find, and I said this on my NMD speech years ago, I said, I actually never knew what my why was. I never ever knew for like 4 years of doing Juice Plus. I never had a why that would make me cry. I was just doing Juice Plus because I wanted a fun lifestyle. I had loved the business. I loved the community. I loved my team. I was just doing it because it was something I loved, and it gave me purpose at the time because I had nothing else to sink my teeth into. So since moving to Bali, which was another huge leap, and thank you financially to Juice Plus, we moved to Bali, and within six months we had time freedom, financial freedom. We were loving our life. And then it came to the crunch of, oh my gosh, I'm actually lacking so much purpose. We're doing everything we've ever dreamt about doing on our vision board, but we now feel like we're no longer fulfilled the way we were 6 months ago. So we started to realize the reason we're not fulfilled and we're not enjoying waking up every single morning is because we've lost our purpose. We've lost our direction. So we sat down and we wrote a big list of what are the things that we love, what brings joy into our life. And I recommend doing this to all of you. Even if you're really loving the place and position you are in life now, I would still go through and do this exercise and write down all of the things that you love, all of the things that make you smile, what makes you laugh. Like, can you think back to the last time you were crying and you were crying with laughter, you were laughing so much, you were with your girlfriends. Write down what creates that motion and that energy in your body, what creates that mindset for you. And I went through, and Kane and I, we did this together because I think you got to do it with your partner if you're in a relationship, because you both have to be on the same path. So Kane and I sat down and we did this, and everything on my paper was pretty much Juice Plus, but a little bit more. And it was a little bit more about bringing people together face to face. And that was the difference. It was like, I've created this amazing culture and business within Juice Plus that is, yes, it is face to face, it's online, it's an amazing community like that. But I also want to create that same thing in a real life form where people can come and meet. So that's when Kane and I then came up with the concept of starting a whole food nutrition cafe and a coffee shop where we could bring people together, where we could share our nutrition knowledge and information and put that into a recipe and a menu, and we could showcase that to people while nourishing them secretly through delicious food. We could also bring people together. So we created the cafe called You Belong Canggu here in Bali, and it's been open for a week, and we've literally been non-stop. It's probably still why I'm sweating. And it's just given me so much more purpose and understanding that this Juice Plus business is such a huge vehicle from where you are now to where you want to go. And I just feel like anything can become possible. And the moment I realized that this isn't just about me on my journey, that this is about me and my team on a journey, is when Kim then moved to Canada. And she's our next speaker. So I'm going to finish there. I'm sure you guys can follow me on social media if you want more of the story. But yeah, the most rewarding thing was then to see Kim go and experience exactly what I had created and experienced.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. That's amazing. So let's just, in a nutshell, Caitlin, you're 27, right? 27. You've got this
26.
Sorry, buddy. Take a year off. 26. You've got this nomadic lifestyle. You're generating this great business. You've got an awesome community. You have a wisdom beyond your years, and you're now able to, create this dream of yours with You Belong. And I can't wait to come and have a smoothie bowl. So that's a beautiful segue into Kim, who's gotten up really early at, about 7 a.m. over there in Canada. I've got to tell you, Kim, Canada is on my bucket list, and you got there before me, so I'm super jelly. But Kim is yet another one of our amazing NMDs. Kim is a 39 club and rocketing up the charts as we speak, despite the fact that she's taken her feet off terra firma here in Australia and has taken her life and her business and her new hubby with her over to Canada. So again, Kim, do you want to tell us a little bit about life before Juice Plus, and then, what Juice Plus has enabled you to create?
Perfect. Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you just let me know? Okay, cool. My microphone's been playing up pretty much since I moved to Canada. I've had issues with technology, so I'm glad it's working. Hi guys. Oh my gosh. Yes, I did wake up early, which technically I'm in the basement because Daniel's still asleep upstairs and my friends are going to work. But 7 a.m, the time just went back. So we finished daylight savings here, but 7 a.m. here with the cold and the sun coming up late feels like 4 or 5 a.m. So if I don't make sense, it's because like I don't think my eyes are fully opened yet. I'm so excited to see you guys. So what was life like before this? It was really hard. I feel like life was hard. And I found out about this business. I was introduced when I was 23, just about to turn 24. And like for me to say as a 23-year-old, you know, those of you who are older than that, thinking back, there are fun years, right? Well, every year is a fun year, but do you know what I mean? It's like when we're partying, when we don't have to take full responsibility of being an adult yet. And I just remember like everything was a struggle, and it all revolved around money. And I know so many of us can relate to that. So I was in my last year of university. I went straight from school to university. So, and I've always been someone who has worked. I've always had to earn my own keep, or whatever the saying is, ever since I was 13 years old. My parents never paid for things for me. I had to do everything myself. And I just had so much anxiety and so much stress, and I can narrow it all the way down to money being the cause. So do you want me to kind of lead into, is that where we're going next tomorrow? Into like, yeah, cool. So I know Caitlin's was a bit more descriptive. I just remember being anxious and stressed and complaining about life and just not being happy. So those of you who've gone to uni, like, you know how we go to uni because we feel like we should. That's what we're supposed to do, right? We're supposed to finish school and either go get a fancy job or go to uni and study and get a degree. So I did that based on my beliefs of being successful. That's what you have to do. And the funny thing was, so I was being introduced to Juice Plus. I was in the last year of uni, which meant it was time to start looking for jobs and like job placements. Nothing. There was nothing. I was like, I just spent $20,000 to go to university and I can't even get a job. So I look back, at the time I wasn't like conscious of how incredible the opportunity was. But now I look back and it was so divine timing. Like, guys, this business has come into your life at the exact time that you need to be given it. And I was introduced to the product first, massive skeptic, like asked Caitlin. It was Caitlin and Kylie who shared it with me, and I asked that many questions. I was just trying to fault it. I was trying to fault the product. I felt like I knew more than they did about nutrition because I was studying health sciences, even though I knew nothing at the time. And then after I researched it, I was like, this stuff is good. Like, this is epic. Like, we know how good this product is. You can't fault it. And the only thing holding me back from buying the product was I did not want to spend the money. I was already stressing out. Like, I just did not want to do it. And then Caitlin was like, well, you know, if you share it with a few friends, you can get your product paid for. And I was like, oh my gosh, free product. Like, why did you not say that sooner? I said yes. I just wanted, like, if I could get 120 at the time, it was $122 a month for the product, whatever. I'm like, if I can get $122 a month from this business, I get the product for free. I get to be around exciting, amazing people. I love the events. I went to the events and I just fell in love with the community. I felt like I belonged. I felt like people loved me for who I was, accepted me for who I was, and were already like so excited for me to do this and like just had belief in me. So that's all I wanted to do. Now, I know we've only probably got 5 minutes. So that was almost 5 years ago. So my 5-year anniversary is in February next year. And all I did was just take one step at a time. I fell into Pilates teaching on the side. And what I found was I was working part-time, like after uni. So I was only working about 25 hours a week doing Pilates and working an hour or so a day, committing every single day to Juice Plus. And I was earning a full-time income. Like, I was earning, I look back, I'll share this with you because I still didn't recognize at the time. Like, I was on, in total, $50,000 for the year with my Pilates and my Juice Plus. Now, that's when people finish uni, like, especially with more I was doing, I'd be lucky to get a job at a salary earning that per year straight off the bat from uni. So I'm like, this is incredible. And then I just, like, the time freedom, I like saying time flexibility. Like, I came from uni life, and those of you who've been studying, you're not doing a 9-to-5 job. So you do have more time during the day, unless you actually commit to your studies. I was a little bit slack. But I just felt like I wasn't going to work 40 hours a week straight from uni. And I thought that's what you had to do in life. I love sharing this because 8 months into that Pilates job, they let me go with a week's notice. They're like, we don't need you anymore. We'll pay you out for the rest of the week. We just don't need you on the timetable. And I rang Caitlin. Caitlin can tell you this. I was like, oh my gosh, I've never been let go from a job. Like, I've always been the one to quit. They don't need me. I'm freaking out. I have bills to pay. I live out of home. Like, this time, I was almost 25. I'm like, I'm getting more responsible. I need to be responsible in my life. And Caitlin's like, Kim, you're earning like $500 a week with Juice Plus. That's more than what you earned when you were at uni. You can survive. And I was like, holy crap. This business, residual income, it's incredible. And that's when I took this business really seriously. So leading up to that, I did it every day, but it was still more of like a committed, not a hobby, in between hobby and like full business commitment. I was in that phase, which I know a lot of us are, but it was at that time I was like, I can make something huge of this. I was seeing all my uplines, earning incredible money, and money was my driver because I didn't want to have the stress anymore. I didn't want to have that anxiety. And I can tell you now that's gone. That anxiety that I suffered around money is no longer. And then I've been traveling. I've done all these things that I didn't know was possible. But I'll finish with this because I know this is the main reason I'm sharing this story is because so Daniel and I got engaged 2 Decembers ago. For 12 months, we hadn't planned a wedding. So in December last year, we decided just to put a date on it. More because I was like, I just want to know. I just want to plan this because like I'm a super planning person. So in the December last year, we decided to get married in the following March. So 3 months. I planned a wedding. Sorry, you can't hear this recording. I planned the wedding in 3 months. I did not dip into savings. Juice Plus, my income, 3 months pay, and not even the whole lot of it covered our entire wedding. And which I was so excited to do because I didn't have to rely on anything else or get a loan out or create a debt. We got married. The night of the wedding, Daniel was saying to me, I don't want to be a carpenter anymore. I'm over it. I've done it for 10 years. But he's like, I don't know what I want to do and I don't feel like it's in Perth. He's like, why don't we move overseas? I was like, oh my gosh, I can do that. I've been wanting to do that for ages. It's been on you, like what you want to do. We were already coming to Canada to see our friends for a month, like to come on our holiday. We decided to turn it into a one-way ticket, get working visas, just so we can actually stay in the country for a long period of time. But we're not getting jobs here. We're just doing Juice Plus. And we packed up. We're here. It's cold, but it's beautiful. And I have to tell you this, guys, like I freaked out at the start because I was like, this is so new to me. What do I do? I was talking to Caitlin and I was like, I don't know, like I'm in Canada. What's next? Like I never thought this was possible. I was stunned. And I went off into a bit of a holiday mode. I just checked reports, my biggest paycheck since being in this business. Like how incredible is that? And I'm like, far out, man. Maybe I was meant to move to Canada. Like when you actually put stuff on your bucket list or on your vision board, like I've got vision boards on my desktop, on my computer. I've got little printouts. So when I wake up, they're stuck on the wall because obviously I can't take a big board on my check-in. I've got too many clothes. So yeah, I look at that all the time and it works. It really works. Like you got to put the goal out there. You got to set the intention and you got to work for it, but it happens. And like, it's just so cool. I'm on the other side of the globe right now. That still freaks me out. Like it weirds me out because you're all the way over. Yeah, it's crazy. And like, I get to do this business and I get to be myself. Like I don't know. It's amazing. So anyway, I'll stop rambling.
Oh, I love that, Kim. That's beautiful. And I think, what both of you have shared tonight is that you guys learned to dream big. And when you dreamed big, your business just stepped up alongside of that. So given that, you've had this opportunity to dream big and you now understand that your ability to achieve things is only limited by your imagination, Kim, I might start with you. What's next for you? What's next on your dream board?
I love that question. This is it's a good question because I've actually just been updating it. So something that I have, well, first of all, from the travel side of things, so this will be my only cold Christmas, by the way, because I'm just doing it to test it out. After the summer in Canada next year, we'll stay in Canada for as long as we can. But dream board is to travel South Europe once it starts to go cold here, go over to Europe, and then come back and do all of Central America. So just chasing the sun. So that's from a travel point of view. And like, I'm a tropical girl, so I cannot wait, even though Canada is amazing, but I need that sunshine. Can you see how white I am now? Look, I'm like whiter than the walls behind me. It's ridiculous. But the other thing is, now I think this is really powerful because I love this style of business. Like, it's so much better than traditional business from a risk point of view, from a success point of view, like spending money, having debt, all that stuff. We know that. That's why we love this. But I want my own Pilates studio. I'm not going to give away too much because I'm already in the making of whatnot. And I've got, and what I want to give back to the community. And I'm like, I've struggled with this because I'm like, but it's traditional business. It's going to cost me thousands of dollars, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, this is the whole reason I'm doing Juice Plus, because it's giving me this flexibility during my day that I only have to work, if I want to, a couple of hours a day doing this, being consistent. I have the rest of the day to go travel and brainstorm and work on what I want to create. So when I do come back to Perth, and save up for it. And my plan, this is happening, I'm going to be opening a studio like debt free. I'm going to have the cash there to set it up. I'm not going to have to take out, massive tens of thousands of dollars to do this. And I want this little baby. I want my little baby to grow and grow more of them and have it there where it's how I love to help people alongside of what our incredible business, how it helps other people is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
I love
so that's
that.
That's my goal.
Awesome, Kim. I love that.
Yeah.
And Caitlin, how about you? What's next? What unlimited dream do you have?
So we just opened You Belong in Canggu, and I'm not actually going to I was hoping you didn't ask me this because I'm going to be super secretive, just like I was with the cafe. I didn't tell anyone for months that this was happening until like 3 weeks out. But yeah, we've already started planning our next little project. It is all about Wildly Free. It's all about the online business that we have. And knowing that this is just such a huge vehicle, you kind of do go from one thing to another. And Kim and I just quickly about what Kim was talking about. Kim was saying to me, like, okay, now I've arrived in, this was the same thing as my $10,000 story, right? Kim then arrived in Canada and she's like, oh, Kat, is that it? Like, I'm now here, so what's next? And we had this really great chat about it. It's about that ongoing vision. It's about not arriving at the destination or the goal. It's about what's always happening next. And that's where I feel, for me, like, vision boards in my life have been such a powerful element because there's so many things on the vision board. You're not just chasing one goal or dream. You're chasing a lifestyle. You're chasing the complete picture. And it's a never-ending picture because every year it's evolving and changing. But I do just want to finish on one thing, Tam, because I'm not going to give away my secret little squirrel. You guys will find out in the right time. But I do want to say that what Kim and I have achieved, and Tracy as well, who can't be on the call tonight, it did not come easy. Like any NMD or any DVF success, even if you're a DVF now and you just got a $10 paycheck last month, to work towards that $500, it's not easy. You got to put in the work to get to that DVF and SDVF, and to get where we got to. It's not like it was just easy. It was that we had so much hunger and so much dedication and so much belief in the business and product that we just created lemonade out of lemons every single day, whether it was rain, hail, or shine. We felt bad. We felt sick. We felt great. Like, whatever the circumstance is, you push through those days. And they are the day. I had this chat with Chloe and my team. The days that are the hardest are the best days you can have in business, because that is where the universe is testing you to see whether you actually want to achieve this or not. If you're going to crack on a bad day, you obviously don't want it, because you're just going to give up. And it's so much easier to give up than to just keep striving from one hurdle to another. Living in a foreign country where we don't speak I know I've lived here for a year and I still don't speak Indonesian. Trying to open a traditional business here while running my Juice Plus business and a million other things. It doesn't come easy, but you have to have that hunger and drive to do it. But you got to find what is your purpose, write down the list, like I said, and really become just tunnel focused on what you want to achieve, and just become relentless in achieving it. There is no secret to success but hard work.
Yeah, beautiful way to finish. Thank you so much for summing that up. Caitlin. That was really beautifully put. And guys, I just want to what this business does for you is keep your dreams. You know, your sponsor who spoke to you about this business is your dream keeper. Your upline NMD is your dream keeper. You just got to let us know what those dreams are. So I just want to pose 3 questions in finishing up. What is it about your life that you don't like right now? And you can write these down and you can think about it later. But what is it about your life that is not working for you right now? What are you saying no to that is not okay for you? It's not okay that you're saying no. And what would you like things to look like in the future, even 12 months' time? So just start with that. Just start with answering those questions. Figure out what it is your dreams are, and then go to your upline sponsor or go to your upline leader or your NMD and share that dream with them, because that's what these girls have done. And as a result of that, they've been able to fashion the pathway to reach their dreams and satisfy those things on their vision board. So guys, thank you so much for joining us all tonight. Open up the line.